Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for today's New York State Paid Family Leave webinar for employees. I'm Jen Donovan here with Pam Barnhart from the Outreach Unit at the Workers' Compensation Board. Today we will provide you with a refresher on paid family leave benefits, updates for 2019, and the location of resources available to you as employees. We ask you to please keep your phone lines muted as we will be using the chat feature to receive your questions today. To access the chat feature, hover over the WebEx tab at the top of your screen and click on Chat. We welcome you to enter your questions in the chat box at any time. However, please note we will be addressing all questions at the end of the presentation. Quinn Rapp-Ellis from the Board's Office of General Counsel is also here to help answer your questions. We will answer as many of them as we can, but if you have any questions we don't get to today, or if you think of something after the session ends, we will be providing you with resources at the end of the presentation. So let's go ahead and get started. I will now pass it over to Pam for today's presentation.
Thanks, Jen. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar. Today we'll be sharing important information with you regarding New York State's paid family leave. We'll start by providing a refresher on paid family leave and how it works, share important updates for 2019, and highlight the many resources available to you. Of course, we'll leave plenty of time at the end for your questions. And as Jen mentioned, you can submit your questions at any time during this presentation using the chat, but we're going to hold them all until the end. So let's get started. Why do we need paid family leave? For too long, employees have struggled to maintain their jobs when they need to care for a loved one during a specific time of need, whether that's welcoming a new baby, caring for a family member with a serious health condition, or dealing with family pressures when a loved one is deployed abroad on active military service. Employees in these situations face the stress of losing income when they need to take time off to help their family, and also fear their job may be gone when the family situation is over. So New York took action. Governor Cuomo worked to develop the strongest and most comprehensive paid family leave in the nation, and in April 2016, paid family leave was signed into law. Paid family leave is employee-funded insurance that will help you be there for your family when you're most needed. With paid family leave, you and other workers across New York no longer have to choose between caring for your loved ones and your jobs, because we now have insurance to help in these critical times. As of January 1st, 2018, paid family leave provides job-protected paid time off, so you can bond with a newly born, adopted, or fostered child, care for a family member with a serious health condition, or assist loved ones when a spouse, domestic partner, child, or parent is called to active military service abroad. Let's take a closer look at these three uses of paid family leave. We'll start with bonding with a child. Paid family leave provides both parents time to bond with a new child within the first 12 months of the birth, adoption, or foster placement of the child. This includes children born, adopted, or fostered in 2018, as long as the leave is taken and completed within the first 12 months of the birth, adoption, or foster placement. Parents who work for different employers can take paid family leave at the same time to bond with the same child. Parents who work for the same employer can take it at the same time unless their employer prohibits it. In that case, they can take leave separately over the first 12 months following the child's birth, adoption, or foster placement. It's important to note that expectant mothers cannot take paid family leave for their own pregnancy. Because paid family leave is only used to care for family members other than yourself, a new mother can take it after the baby is born to bond with her new child. A parent may be able to take paid family leave before the actual adoption or placement of a child if an absence from work is required for the adoption or placement to proceed. Paid family leave is also available for employees to care for a family member with a serious health condition, which we'll define in a moment. Paid family leave can be taken to care for a sick spouse, domestic partner, child, stepchild, parent, parent-in-law, step-parent, grandparent, and grandchild. Siblings are not covered. To clarify, domestic partner is defined broadly under the paid family leave law. It includes people who are not related by blood in a manner that would bar marriage in New York State and are dependent on one another for support. For example, an employee may be able to prove that they are in a domestic partnership by showing that they own property together or have children in common. A legal relationship is not necessary. It doesn't matter if these family members live outside of New York State or even outside of the country. You can take paid family leave to care for your family member as long as you are within close and continuing proximity. In other words, present at the same location as the family member you're caring for during the majority of the paid family leave period. This may include necessary physical care, emotional support, visitation, assistance in treatment, transportation, arranging for a change in care, assistance with essential daily living matters, and personal attendance services. In order to take this type of leave, your family member must have a serious health condition. A serious health condition is defined as an illness, injury, or condition that requires either inpatient care in a hospital, hospice, or residential health facility, or continuing treatment or supervision by a healthcare provider. Here are some examples of conditions that may qualify as a serious health condition. Maybe you need 1 or more full days to care for your mom when she undergoes chemotherapy. Or your dad had surgery and needs help recuperating at home. Or your child is undergoing treatment for addiction and cannot attend school for a period of time. These are situations that may qualify for paid family leave and may be certified by the healthcare provider if they believe the condition constitutes as a serious health condition. The insurance carrier will make the final determination as to whether such conditions qualify for paid family leave. Paid family leave now explicitly includes support for organ donors. Governor Cuomo signed legislation to expand the paid family leave law's definition of serious health condition to explicitly include preparation for and recovery from surgery related to organ or tissue donation, ensuring those who donate can be cared for by their eligible family members under New York paid family leave. That law took effect on February 3, 2019. Non-serious medical conditions, such as the common cold or flu, routine dental work, or cosmetic treatments are generally not included. However, if medical complications arise and your family member then meets the guidelines for a serious health condition, it may be eligible. The third type of leave is for assisting during a military deployment. Paid family leave benefits are available when employees have a spouse, domestic partner, child, or parent on active military service abroad, or who has been notified of an impending call or order of active service abroad, and family assistance is needed. Reasons for paid family leave for an active service deployment are the same as the military provisions of the Federal Family and Medical Leave Act, or FMLA. There are a number of instances where paid family leave will help, shown here. Now let's take a look at the specific benefits available to you under paid family leave. In 2019, PFL benefits have been enhanced to provide you with more time with loved ones and greater financial security. Paid family leave provides time off benefits, which are being phased in over a 4-year period that began January 1, 2018. In 2019, eligible employees can take up to 10 weeks of paid family leave, up from 8 weeks in 2018. By 2021, eligible employees will be able to take up to 12 weeks of paid family leave. You can take this time off all at once or intermittently, but it must always be in full-day increments. Paid family leave also provides wage benefits that phase in over the same 4-year period. In 2019, eligible employees can receive 55% of their average weekly wage, capped at 55% of the New York State average weekly wage. This is up from 50% in 2018. The rate rises until 2021, when paid family leave benefits will reach 67% of an employee's average weekly wage, capped at 67% of the New York State average weekly wage. Your average weekly wage is based on your last 8 weeks of pay prior to taking paid family leave. The New York State average weekly wage for 2019 is about $1,357 per week, or $70,569 annually. To estimate your wage benefit, use the wage benefit calculator at paidfamilyleave.ny.gov/PFL Benefits Calculator 2019. In addition to paid time off, New York's paid family leave also has strong employee protections. You are guaranteed to return to the same or a comparable job after taking paid family leave. A comparable job is defined as a position with comparable employment benefits, pay, and other terms and conditions of employment. You are guaranteed continuation of health insurance while out on paid family leave, on the same terms as if you had continued to work. If you contribute to the cost of your health insurance, you must continue paying your portion of the premium while on leave. You are also guaranteed protection from discrimination and retaliation. Requesting or taking paid family leave cannot be held against you. There are a few frequently asked questions about paid family leave and other leave policies that may be helpful for you to know. The first is, how are paid family leave and FMLA similar? There are several similarities between New York's paid family leave and the Federal Family and Medical Leave Act. Both provide leave for bonding with a child, caring for a family member with a serious health condition, and assisting when a family member is deployed on active military service abroad. You are also guaranteed that you will return to the same or comparable position, and your health insurance will continue on the same terms as if you had continued to work. If you contribute to the cost of your health insurance, you must continue to pay your portion of the premium while on leave. But there are a number of key differences. PFL is paid. FMLA is not paid. Almost all private employers will carry PFL insurance. FMLA does not include insurance, and it has a 50-employee threshold for eligibility. The length of time you must work is different. In PFL, if you regularly work 20 or more hours a week, you must be in employment for 26 consecutive weeks for that employer. And if you regularly work fewer than 20 hours per week, you must work 175 days for the same employer, which do not need to be consecutive. For FMLA, you must have worked for a full year and 1,250 hours in the last 52 weeks to qualify. The biggest distinction may be that under New York's paid family leave, you are taking leave to care for someone else, not for your own health condition. FMLA allows you to take leave for your own health condition. PFL is only taken in full day increments. FMLA may be taken hourly. Also, under PFL, you do not need to use other paid time off first. What about paid family leave and other types of leave? You cannot collect statutory short-term disability and paid family leave benefits for the same period of time. A birth mother can, for example, take short-term disability if she qualifies, and then paid family leave. It's important to note that the total amount of time taken for disability and paid family leave cannot exceed 26 weeks in any 52-week period. You cannot collect paid family leave benefits while collecting workers' compensation benefits for a total disability. If you are on a reduced earnings schedule, you may still be eligible for benefits. Now we'll discuss how paid family leave is funded. Paid family leave is fully funded through employee contributions. Each year, the Department of Financial Services sets the employee contribution rate to match the cost of coverage. For 2019, the employee contribution is 0.153% of an employee's gross wages each pay period. The maximum annual contribution is $107.97. If you earn less than the current statewide average weekly wage of $1,357.11, you will contribute less than the annual cap of $107.97, consistent with your actual wages. To estimate your deduction, use the payroll deduction calculator at paidfamily.ny.gov/paid-family-leave-calculator 2019. Now that we've covered the types of leave, the benefits, and the costs, let's discuss who is eligible to take paid family leave. Most employees who work for private employers in New York State are covered under paid family leave. If you work for a public employer, your employer may opt into the program. Employees of public employers who are represented by a union may be covered if paid family leave is collectively bargained. For covered employees, eligibility for taking paid family leave depends on meeting specific requirements for the amount of time employees have worked for their employer. Full-time employees who regularly work 20 or more hours per week are eligible for paid family leave after 26 consecutive weeks of employment with the same employer. Part-time employees who work a regular schedule of fewer than 20 hours per week are eligible after working 175 days, which do not need to be consecutive. Citizenship and/or immigration status is not a factor in employee eligibility. Paid family leave coverage is not optional for eligible employees. You can waive coverage if you regularly work 20 or more hours per week, but won't be in employment 26 consecutive weeks, or if you regularly work fewer than 20 hours per week and won't work 175 days in a 52-week period. Seasonal workers are a good example of this, as they may work full-time but only 3 months out of the year. If you meet the criteria for waiving coverage, your employer must provide you with a waiver form, which is also available on the Paid Family Leave website. If you waive coverage, you will not make contributions and will not be eligible for paid family leave benefits. Employers should keep a copy of your waiver on file. If your schedule changes such that you no longer qualify for a waiver, your waiver will be automatically revoked within 8 weeks of the schedule change. You can also voluntarily revoke a waiver at any time. If your waiver is revoked, your employer will begin taking paid family leave contributions and collect any retroactive amounts due. Now we'll cover how to request paid family leave when you need it, as well as how disputes and discrimination issues will be handled. Paid family leave is now in its 2nd year. If you're an eligible employee, the maximum benefit is available to you once every 52 weeks. The process for applying for paid family leave is simple. Step 1, notify. An employee must notify their employer at least 30 days before the start of their leave if foreseeable. Otherwise, notify as soon as possible. Step 2, obtain. The employee would obtain the request form package for the specific type of leave that they need to take. Forms can be obtained from their employer, their employer's insurance carrier, or on the New York State Paid Family Leave website. Step 3, complete and attach. The employee would complete the forms package specific to the type of leave and attach any supporting documentation that may be needed. Step 4, submit. Submit the request package to the employer's paid family leave insurance carrier within 30 days of starting leave to avoid losing benefits. The employer's insurance carrier would pay the benefits or deny the request within 18 calendar days of receiving the completed request or the first day of leave, whichever is later. You can get the paid family leave request forms from your employer, employer's insurance carrier, or directly from paidfamilyleave.ny.gov/forms. If for some reason your paid family leave request is denied, or you have another claim-related dispute, such as amount of benefits or timeliness of a carrier's decision, you may request to have the denial reviewed by a neutral arbitrator. Your insurance carrier or employer, if self-insured, will notify you of the reason for denial and provide you with information about requesting arbitration. Arbitration for paid family leave is handled by NAM, National Arbitration and Mediation. More information on arbitration is available at nyspfla.com. As mentioned earlier, your employer may not discriminate against you for requesting or taking paid family leave, and you are guaranteed job protection with the same or comparable job upon return from paid family leave. If your employer does not return you to the same or comparable job, terminates you, reduces your pay and/or benefits, or disciplines you in any way as a result of requesting or taking paid family leave, you can file a discrimination claim with the Workers' Compensation Board. An administrative law judge may order an employer to reinstate an employee, pay any lost wages, pay attorney's fees, and pay up to $500 in penalties. The process and forms are available at paidfamilyleave.ny.gov, or you can call the Paid Family Leave Helpline for assistance at 844-337-6303. As you know, paid family leave has been live since January 1st, 2018. As you think about how paid family leave may be able to help you and your family, there are resources to assist you. Complete details on paid family leave are available at paidfamilyleave.ny.gov, along with other resources including paid family leave request forms and fact sheets, weekly deduction and benefit calculators, and updates for 2019. If you are thinking about taking paid family leave soon, you can download the forms now and get started filling them out. You can also contact the Paid Family Leave Helpline at 844-337-6303 for assistance. If you're not already subscribed for email updates on paid family leave, you can subscribe by clicking Get Updates on the bottom of the paidfamilyleave.ny.gov homepage.